I think we're even closer. How many are left in this thing? 2 away from the money. We're going to go ahead and check. There's no real reason to bet here. He can have a lot of jacks. We're going to have fewer jacks. We also do have some showdown value with our ace high. We're obviously raising here. We only have to min raise. I would go bigger, but the guy in the big blind is so short. So this player bets half pot. Do we believe that's a jack ever? I think we have to call because it looks so stupid. Although he's not a player I know to be super gambly. So he's going to have a lot of flush draws and straight draws. I'm just going to go ahead and check again. If he has a draw, he'll check. If not, he'll bet. We're going to play for the value bet bluff. If he has a 10, he calls, but obviously king, queen can't call. And we're just doing this basically to not show down. Sometimes we run into it, but we're doing this so he doesn't get to see the ace, queen, and also so we don't check and then he just jams. Because then we can't call, right? And our ace queen is good quite often. So this is like a 60-40 move here. I think he has a 10 quite often, but I like that play. I think it's smart. I think we kept ourselves from getting beat by like a pair of 4s. You know what I'm saying? So we bet big enough that it wasn't a hero situation. Let's go ahead and raise again. He did 3-bet pre-flop, so he could have even had ace-king, right? So we could have pushed him off the best hand. So I think that bet is very important there. We just made our hand look too much like a pair of, or like ace-jack. We just made it look way too much like ace-jack for him to contend. Let's see. Another ace-queen. This one's a fun one. So we see a limp in second position. It's kind of goofy. Like, I don't know why you do that here. So I went ahead and made the standard open, which would have been 2 blinds at this point. I made it 3 because we had a limper. Poker's poker. We do the same things all the time. Player on the button calls. This player had been creative, let's say. And this player calls. Now, what is this range here? This is a pair. And it's a pair like 7s and lower. It's probably even worse. But this is never like 9s or better, right? Those hands just absolutely open. So we're basically just dodging a set here, and this range is wide open, so we don't know. But we know what we're up against here. Flop comes off Jack 10 Jack, so this shouldn't have improved this player. And like I said, I think the pair was super low, like 5s or something. So I don't know if he's going to hero in here, man, if we bluff. So we're not really worried about him. I am concerned about this player. And my ace-queen stands up a lot. We do have a gut shot. We have a backdoor decent flush draw, not great. We have backdoor, straight draws. So we see a check here, and I just decided to go ahead and check because the hand does have strength, and it is a multi-way pot, and I think betting here just looks too much like bullshit. When we check, we can actually have ace-jack. So that's what we're trying to do here, is represent that if the hand seems like nobody else has a jack, we can represent the jack and steal. This player bets 5.73. I remember he did it very quickly, and this is half of the pot, and this is what I'm saying. This is not standard. Betting half the pot here, in what world are you doing this with a jack, sir? I don't understand. In what world do you have king-jack, and you bet here? Like half pot. If you did, you would try to make it look like you were a bad player and you were just betting super small on the flop, or you would bet super big to make it look like more bullshit. This is a bet that looks like bullshit to an experienced player because it doesn't accomplish anything. You know what I'm saying? What can call you? If you have a jack here, think about the fact that you have to get called. You're not protecting against a flush draw, so you're saying you have 10 jack exactly and you're trying to get value? I don't think so, bro. There's just not enough combinations of that in the deck. There's only about 8 left, so eat shit, I don't believe this. The player with the very small pair goes ahead and folds, and it comes back to us, and this is a spot where we don't check raise, because if you had pocket 9s here, and you just got check raised by a very aggressive player with a big stack, I mean, remember, we're the chip leader here, pretty much of the whole tournament at this point. It's early, but, it's midway through. But if you saw the raise and then a check raise on this flop from a guy with all the chips who's making all these moves, do you really think he's got a jack? No. It looks like a move versus your move, so now we're getting into a leveling war, right? So the move here is just to call, let the turn come off, and see what develops. He may have a jack. We haven't 100% determined it yet, but I think in-game I said that's bullshit. So the turn comes off a 6. We check, and he checks back. This is exactly what would happen if he thought we had a jack, and if we had a jack and we're a poor player, this is how we would have played it. Then the river comes off, and we make the nice size value bet. If we had a jack, this is what we would do. He took a long time, then he folded. I think we got him off at 10, honestly. I think he had a hand like King 10 or even Ace 10, and we got him off it. It took him a long time to fold, but this is one where we don't have the hand, but the hand that we're representing makes sense the way we played it. So I like this one. It's a thinker. You know, it's a very well-educated hand.